What's up, YouTube? So I got a call about a heater I recently installed on Edisto Island in South Carolina, and we got it up on about a 10-foot platform. And the complaint, they're getting a code, I think it's the A1, A2 code along with the IF code, and a gentleman was out here to troubleshoot it. He's pretty sure the burner tray needs to be blown out. So we've got a dryer vent, you can see right there. The dryer vent is kind of discharging on the heater itself, and kind of getting in the heater, clogging up the burner tray. So yeah, today's video I'm going to go up there, and I'm expecting to have to kind of pull apart the heater and do one of the more difficult repairs or kind of maintenance that you need to do on this heater, which is kind of tearing apart pretty much the whole heater, cleaning out the burner tray. So I'm going to bring you along with me. Let's see it. Yeah, so you can see here we're getting the A1 code when it tries to fire up. Pretty sure the burner's clogged between this dryer vent, and then we got a lot of this material too that can kind of turn really fine, you know, get sucked into the heater, into the fan, and then clog up the burner tray. So the one thing to check on the A1 code besides the burner is the tubing. So we're gonna check the tubing first, so let's take a look at that. All right, so I got the screws off the top here. I'm gonna take that off. And we're going to make sure there's no nicks in the tubing and that everything's connected. We're connected there, connected here, connected there, connected on that sensor as well. So we're well connected, and I don't see any nicks in the tubing, no rats that shoot through anything. So unfortunately, we're going to break this thing apart. We've got the burner tray is essentially in there, so we need to remove this connection from the blower, remove the connection from the fan to the board, and take out the fan itself, remove the burner, and then blow it off. So let's take you through it. So I'm going to remove the display ribbon connection, and then I'm going to take this guy right here and just remove it from the heater. Yeah, let's just remove that altogether. Get it out of the way. Be careful not to drop it. Set this aside. I'm going to put that in my pocket so I don't lose it. This is going to be a lot easier if you remove this side panel first. So you got screws there, here, here, and that's it. So go ahead and remove those. Remove this part too. So we've got one screw down there that I could, it'd be easier if I just use this. There's one screw you can't quite see, but it's right there. Both these parts removed. Set them to the side. Now we're going to take a big pair of panel locks and loosen this nut, that blower itself. There we go, we got it loose. Let it spin off. Now we want to remove tubing, and now we're ready to remove these nuts. You got here, 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 here. You need a 7/16 inch wrench. Spare you all of these. They're a little difficult to remove, get to. It's just kind of awkward. Let's see. We're going to loosen up all these. I'll save you some time. This is going to be the most awkward one to get to, I think. Alright, so I've got those nuts loosened. Now, what we need to do is remove this from the circuit board. So, set the blower aside. So I'm going to take a pair of snips, snip this off, and then remove from the circuit board. You just grab it and pull out. Make sure you do pinch it before you pull out. We should be able to either lift up, we might have to do a little forward action. There we go. We got this guy out. Wasn't all that bad. So we're gonna set this to the side for now. And now we gotta remove all these screws to get to the burner. So I had planned on using my drill with like an extension bar. You can really get to all these screws with a 5/16 inch end, but I forgot my attachment for the drill for this, so I'm just doing them by hand. I've got a 5/16 inch nut driver, and a couple of these are kind of hard to get to. It's not that bad. So this is the last kind of really awkward one. So a drill with a long attachment makes this a little quicker and easier, but we can do it with a 5/16 inch nut driver. So I won't make you watch me take off all these. Be right back. All right, I've got all the screws removed. I usually just keep them in my back pocket, so just make sure they're in a safe place where you don't lose any. All the screws are off. We're gonna pull this burner tray out. Here's what we're looking at. Hold it up to the sun. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, but it definitely looks a little clogged. So we're gonna blow it out from this direction. I'm gonna blow it out this way. So I'll show you what that's gonna look like. All right, so I've got an air compressor with a hose and then a blower attachment. We're gonna blow it from this direction out, and just keep in mind, you know, I've got the troubleshooting guide linked in the description, but even Hayward says just be careful and blow out the corners really well. So, and when we do that, we've just got this gasket material. We're gonna just kind of protect it with like one of these guys right here. So. Fiberglass going everywhere. So while I'm in here, you can see Hayward had a kind of a manufacturing issue in which they embedded the igniter. This is the igniter right here into the fireproofing. So yep, when it continues to ignite over and over, this fireproofing wears on the igniter, and then it just prematurely fails. So pretty much like every single one of these, the igniter fails prematurely. Maybe not everyone, but it's a lot. But you can see that should not quite be like that. So we are going to remove the igniter and kind of hollow that out a little bit, and then so the igniter will not fail. So you're just going to remove the two screws, the igniter, 5/16 inch nut driver, and go ahead and pull that out. It's already got a little wear on it. Maybe we saved it. Stick that to the side, and we're going to hollow this son of a gun out. You usually do this with a slightly bigger screwdriver, but I think we're getting enough to work in. So I'm gonna hollow that out. Reinstall the igniter. Push it back with my fingers too. We've got the igniter reinstalled with the fireproofing a little bit hollowed out, just so it's not pressing against the igniter. So I don't know if you can tell on the video or not, but certainly I can see a little more daylight here in the burner itself. So hopefully that's clean enough. All right, so we're going to reinstall the burner here. Put it back just like it was. back in. All right, we got the burner tray screwed in place. Gonna grab that fan and put it back in place. So we're gonna basically just set it back on these bolts here. A little tricky. And then we're gonna thread these guys in by hand, and then cinch them up with our 7/16 inch wrench. I'll be back in a second. All right, I got the bolt secured. I'm gonna plug this back into the circuit board where it was. Just pops in place. We got this lined up good. I'm going to screw, make sure you don't cross thread it, should thread in easy, and give it a solid turn, one solid turn with your channel locks. Nice and tight. We're going to So we're going to do it like that, actually. This tube goes to the top. Get it on there nice. And this tube actually goes right here to the side. And then, what's next? Yeah, I guess we're ready to attach the top back on. All right, I'm ready to attach the top back on to the heater. So we're gonna grab this guy right here. Oh no. A little awkward. Got it started. Good. Now we just attach the ribbon cable. Out of the way. Boom, we're good there. I'm going to put the sides back on. Alright, so line up these screw holes right there. Be careful, hold it in place. Get it started. And then voila. There's another screw. Line up these screw holes as well. Down. Some screws here. 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 We got one on the bottom as well. All right, we're firing it up for the first time after cleaning that burner, and you're always got to be a little skeptical that, like, is it really the freaking burner tray? But we're not getting that A1 code. And it's about to fire up here in a second, I think. So, boom! Whoa! That's what we want. So that's awesome. So, you know, it's like that. It's not that bad of a repair. If you know what you're doing, it might take an hour. It's just a little more daunting, a little more difficult when the heater's on top of a mountain. So, but that would actually be a good My next video is going to be an AI video cleaning a burner tray on the top of Mount Everest. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. You know, unfortunately, this might be a somewhat popular video, as you know, that burner tray could maybe prove to be a little bit of a design flaw by Hayward. You know, I've kind of heard in maybe areas with like high pollen, especially, that pollen can get up there and clog that burner tray. So there might be a lot of them out there where those trays are going to need to be blown out, maybe on a yearly or a couple year basis. So we'll see. But like I said, thank you so much for stopping by for the video. We really appreciate it. If you got any value out of the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And we'll see you on the next one.